soils with biodiversity can survive a drought and deal better with a flood. Because soils that are not fertilized with chemical fertilizers have earthworms. Earthworms create cavities. Those cavities store water. We've got used to dams as concrete structures. The biggest dam is an ecologically biodiverse rich soil. And just let me give you some figures. You know, a contribution of Darwin's that's not so well known. I mean, the book that's known from Darwin is the book on the origin of species. But Darwin had written a book, and he said it may be doubted whether there are many other animals which have played a so important a part in the history of creation as the earthworm. And on our farm, we do vermicompost. Of course, the earthworms are also in the soil. And when we get students for training, I say, just count the earthworms, count the earthworm molds. This is how earthworms don't just increase the water holding capacity, but they actually increase the air volume by 30%, and they increase soil fertility. Their castings, the water holding capacity of earthworm-rich soils is 20% more than those without earthworms. Earthworm castings, which can amount 4 to 36 tons per acre per year, contain 5 times more nitrogen, 7 times more phosphorus, 3 times more exchangeable magnesium, 11 times more potash, 1.5 times more calcium than ordinary soil. And it's the earthworm that's creating the soil fertility. Now, nitrogen fertilizer, the price is already shooting up because it's based on gas, and fossil fuel prices are increasing. As far as potash is concerned, and phosphate deposits are concerned, the scientists talk about phosphate deposits, mineral phosphates, not lasting more than 20 years more. We'll have to then turn back to the earthworm because when the minerals are run out and the fossil fuels are run out because of peak oil, we have to depend on ecological processes. Now, these ecological processes were totally ignored because with the rise of chemicals, we thought we don't need them. They're a substitute for everything living. We thought the same for medicine. You know, there is no society with a heritage as rich as ours on a biodiversity-based healing system, Ayurveda, the science of life. And today, Ayurveda is struggling. It's struggling because laws are imposed that you have to have a chemist. The best of Veds have to hire a chemist. The best of Veds can't give you a raw root. You know, they must have standardization and labs. So we are imposing systems that don't match because they're different paradigms of science. And of course, the Europeans are just loving it because every few years they put a safety ban on Ayurvedic imports. And I think it must have been 15 years ago, I was invited to give the 100th anniversary talk for the Kotakal Vedashala. Now, Warrior, at that time, 100 years ago, like Lala Shri Ram, had said, if we don't organize, we will be declared superstition and will be wiped out. So he created the Ayurveda Shala, created a university, created a college, so that today Kerala is the leading place for Ayurveda. And of course, all of Kerala's tourism is based on Ayurveda.